40 amazing developers to follow to improve your skills in front-end and back-end and programming as a whole. And stay tuned to the very end, where I unveil the one that has helped me improve the most in coding websites. Ben Awad is one of our first entries here. He has some of the funniest and creative content that I've seen for programming in a long time. He combines his dry humor with his love for React, and by doing so he prepares people for coding interviews with Fang, as well as teaching on lots of other topics. The Coder is our second channel here, with some of the highest quality videos and animations on how to learn to become a web developer, or building a responsive web design from scratch. There's also motivational content here, and all of it is fun and enjoyable to watch. Our third channel here is Traversy Media by Brad, with over 1 million subscribers and hundreds of videos spanning back 10 years, with huge courses on learning how to do HTML, CSS, front-end, back-end, and all sorts of stuff. He is one of the biggest creators out there. Besides maybe DevEd, who is our fourth creator here. With almost 500,000 subscribers, he brings his personality into every single video he does, and he makes you feel like you're his gorgeous friend. You get to tag along with him and his funny antics while he codes out a React application, or just design something wacky online. Florin Pop is our fifth creator here. He's a new channel that's risen in just the last year, but he's got hundreds of videos on front-end and JavaScript, and he also does really cool challenges where he completes maybe 10 projects in 10 hours, or 10 websites in a single day, which is absolutely insane. He also performs a lot of live streaming and has a channel on Twitch. Fireship IO is our sixth entry here. They've got a cool series called Explained in 100 Seconds, where they'll teach you the fundamentals of a technology stack, framework, or library in a minute and a half. Then, if you want to learn more, you can do a deep dive and learn the whole tutorial in a fun and entertaining way. And if you need any motivation to do so, check out our seventh channel, which is by Thompson. This is a developer that knows what it's like when you're starting out. He's out there helping other people get jobs and learn programming and giving them motivation to be able to do so. He also has a series where he interviews people and gives them tips and coaching on how to get their first job. The Net Ninja is our eighth entry. With half a decade of videos with over 500,000 subscribers, they have some of the most professional playlist tutorials on all the types of frameworks and libraries out there. Tailwinds, for example. There's almost 20 videos in this series, and by the time you're done, you too will be a Net Ninja. Our ninth entry is the Coder community. This is a great channel by Niall, which does all sorts of stuff between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is a newer channel, but it's on the rise. Niall is a great creator, and he brings in his own style of teaching people how to learn to program. Our 10th entry is William from Beautiful Schwollen. He is the creator of Can It Be Done in React Native, and he helps you learn how to build mobile applications in React Native. So whether you want to learn iOS or Android, or just create some really beautiful animations, he'll teach you everything you need to know. 11th is developerHabits. This is a new channel by Kathma, and as the name suggests, this is more about tips and tricks on being a developer, books you can read to improve, and even some interviews with others where you might gain some wisdom on the journey that other people have gone through. There's also some fun challenges here, like from the front-end mentor group, where you get to learn some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. 12th is Tech with Tim. This is a channel that's been around for a while, with almost 500,000 subscribers. There's lots of great tutorials here, and Tim will teach you things like Python or Mongo, and he's also got some great interviews here with people like Clement, which is an ex-software developer from both Google and Facebook. 13th is Design Course by Gary Simon. This is a huge channel with over 600,000 subscribers. Here, Gary teaches about UI, UX, colors, typography, and using all of them together to create a beautiful looking website. There's tutorials here on how to do Adobe XD or Angular or even Bootstrap, and combining these to make sure that you're following the latest trends in design. 14th is James Q. Quick. He is a natural teacher, and he goes the extra mile, not only doing tutorials, but also going to conferences and boot camps and teaching people one-on-one to be able to find a job or get advice on how to become a better developer. 15th is Weibenfalk by Thomas. He's also a musician and a professional freelancer. He's got lots of great tips and tricks if you're looking to do freelancing yourself, as well as courses on React and Svelte. He's also one of the nicest people that I know. Kevin Powell is our 16th entry. With over 160,000 subscribers, his channel is dedicated to all things web related. If you're learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, there's videos on all of that, as well as maybe even obscure CSS properties that you might never have used before. He's also a fun and relatable guy that's also very down to earth. 17th is Dennis IV, a full-stack developer specialized in Django. He's also very transparent and tells you exactly how he builds an entire website from the ground up and then goes on to sell it for $40,000. codeSTACKr is our 18th channel, which has been growing steadily over the last year and hit 100,000 subscribers. Jesse does all web-related topics, things like JavaScript or React, and recently he's specialized in VS Code so that you can become a VS Code superhero. 19th is Chris Sean. This is someone who's really shared their journey in web development as they've progressed. There are vlog-like videos here which range from lots of different topics. Things like the salary expectations of a web developer, things that you might want to know if you're going into your very first job, as well as mistakes to avoid. There's lots of great videos here and lots of lessons to be learned. Programming with Erik is our 20th entry. Erik is a full-stack software developer. He has some great videos on Vue, which is what he specializes on. He also covers pretty much all the JavaScript frameworks, things like Angular and React, as well as Node.js. 21st is Swizec Teller. He's a great educator with a wide range of topics. He does a lot of live streams on his channel, as well as covering things like Next.js or authentication. He has a great workshop on both serverless and D3. He always gives his honest opinion on different types of technology, and he has his bird to back him up as well. Our 22nd entry is FARADAY Academy, which used to be called Coding with Gwen. Gwen does a great job here, covering topics like Python and Vue.js. There's a combination of both short and long videos here, so if you want to learn something new in Vue.js in 10 minutes, you can do that, as well as watching a live stream where it gets implemented over 2 or 3 hours. 23rd is Dev Simplified by Kyle. His job is to simplify the web for you so that you can start building your dream project. His channel covers absolutely everything. There's stuff here for front-end and back-end, libraries and frameworks, JavaScript, React, WordPress, and everything in between. He breaks down topics into small digestible parts so that anyone can understand them. He also runs a trivia with popular YouTubers to test how good they are, and when they lose, they have to do several push-ups. 24th is Coding Garden. This is brought to us by CJ, who is a live streamer on Twitch. He also puts up all his videos on YouTube as well that you can follow along with. He has a great community with live chat, and you can hang out with him at any time. You can watch him build different things and interact with him while he's making his videos. He has a great personality and a positive vibe, building to-do apps, hanging out with his audience, and doing Clash of Code with other viewers. In number 25, we have JavaScript Mastery. And this channel isn't just about JavaScript. There's a lot of really good content here. Stuff on how to use React, NPM, Node, as well as building a fully fledged voice recognition React News application. In number 26, we have Coding with Ania. Ania brings a more personal touch to tutorials. She focuses in on JavaScript and React, and one of her personal styles is to match the learning with a really cool project, like a game, say Minesweeper or Flappy Birds, or even something like Candy Crush. All of these are enjoyable to follow, and you get to learn a lot of JavaScript along the way. 27th on our list is Dylan from Coding Tutorials 360. He's been around for more than half a decade with hundreds of videos on all sorts of topics. He's a self-made developer, learning on the go, and he advocates for things like free code camp as well as project-based learning. 28th is CalebCurry, another great developer that's been around for almost 10 years with almost 300,000 subscribers. He has tutorials on Python and Java, C, JavaScript, and SQL. He also does a lot of data structures and algorithms on a blackboard where he teaches people how these fundamental principles work. Number 29 is RealToughCandy. This is a creator which takes software development to the next level by showing you the processes to level up, get a job, and get a raise. RTC provides a variety of different types of videos. Things like which books to read to improve, how to increase your billing, as well as being transparent on the kind of salary expectations web developers earn. In number 30, we have Eddie, who focuses on open source and web development to help you get the job that you deserve. He does a lot of videos on GitHub and things like Hacktoberfest. He also works with other content creators to help you become a better coder. 31st is Eleftheria. She's an app developer that's been doing a lot of videos on YouTube for the last number of years. She has a lot of content where she reviews her community submissions for portfolios and projects, and she also does community events where she goes to conferences to give talks. Number 32 is Jesse, who is a designer and a front-end developer who does videos on design, code, and life in general. He lives in sunny Hawaii, and his channel has almost 150,000 subscribers. His content is on software, app UI, animation, topography. He talks about being a good developer, things like pricing, budgeting, and making sure that you can work with clients properly. Catalin Pit is a brand new channel, but one with lots of potential. He has a huge following on Twitter, and recently he started doing videos on YouTube. He has a very positive message to share with motivation and very good learning resources that he shares almost daily. 34th is The Coding Entrepreneurs by Justin, which is a channel made to help you learn how to build something real using software development. Things like tutorials to get you up and running to build your own business or idea. This includes things like Python, Django, and React as well. Coder number 1 is number 35 on our list. This is a channel which covers web development, software engineering, and has tutorials on all sorts of things you need to know to become a web developer. There are videos here on Bootstrap, React, HTML, as well as comparisons on things like Flutter and React Native. Number 36 is Classed, which is a channel that is down to earth with simple and straight to the point tutorials where you can learn things about the latest in development technologies. Things like Angular, React, Node, Mongo, and SQL. Justin from Chau Codes is a friendly and relaxing creator that is also self-taught in front-end development. He shares his journey in vlog-like videos where he talks about being productive, study, as well as becoming a better software developer. Number 38 is Dev Mentor Live by Mark, which is a JavaScript and React.js mentor and consultant who's been doing coding since 1997. He's got great tutorials to create projects from the ground up so that you can show them off in your next job application. Number 39 is Claudius from Switzerland. He's a software engineer that's got more than 10 years of experience and makes tutorials on things like Blazor, .NET, and C#. He also goes into good detail into how things work so that you can better understand them. And last but not least, number 40, my personal favorite, which is FreeCodeCamp. This is not specifically a developer, but an entire community of them. There are long-form tutorials here on every topic imaginable. There are things on learning your basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, all the way through to machine learning and neural networks through Python scripting. Their channel is massive with almost 3 million subscribers, and they also run a website where you can learn programming from scratch. I'd love to know which are your favorites, and if there's some that I missed out, add them in the comments below as well. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.